bad day in the market. And although I did lose money, as many people who did who are long in this market, I wanted to highlight one of the trades that I did really well, and I wanted to focus more on the positive than the negative that's going on in the market. So jumping over here to Thinkorswim, looking here at Home Depot. This was a trade that I put on 6 days ago on July 18, and I wanted to highlight the great execution that I had for this trade, and the notes that I took down in my thought process for this trade and how it went really well. So coming down to 4 hour is the time frame that I normally trade on. So since I'm more of a swing trader, I don't do any day trades. On the 4 hour time frame when I entered this trade, my best strategy that I use is I noticed this bearish divergence on the RSI. So if you don't know what bearish divergence is, easy to Google, but of course I can explain it. Bearish divergence is when the price of a stock is increasing, but the buying pressure is decreasing. So that means that while it appears that the stock continues to move higher, people are actually starting to sell behind the scenes, and you can't really tell that from the price. You can tell it from the price action if you're really good at reading the candlesticks, but for people who are less experienced, the RSI is a really great way for you to get some insight as to what's going on in the candlesticks and the price action. So I use that as kind of my guide to figure out where really good trades are coming from. So if you're looking at this price action, you can see that here's the date up here. On July 5th, the price started at this low point right after being oversold on the RSI, and it moved up for about 2 weeks. So here, July 17th. One day after July 17th, there was a nice sell-off in Home Depot, and this was kind of the beginning of a lot of the move down for the whole market, SPY, QQQ. So this big candle right here, this hammer candle, really showed that there was going to be a down move, and that really reflected in the RSI over here. So you can see there it was an overbought signal here around July 12, and then another overbought signal, but lower on the RSI and higher on the chart. So that is a really good indication of a bearish divergence. So that's a strategy that if you're a beginner and you're looking to find good trades, if you can find bearish divergences and bullish divergences, then those are ways that you can give yourself an edge for good trade entries, as long as you're finding these on higher time frames. Now, if you're finding them on lower time frames, they still work, but they're not. You're not going to get as big of a move as you see here on the screen for Home Depot and for other stocks that have higher prices. But those are things that I would recommend if you're new to trading. As for the trade that I took, I did a broken wing butterfly, and I will go over to the Discord where I discussed my thought process behind this. So over here in the Discord, you can see that I took this trade on July 18. It was what I call a 3 criteria. So there was 3 criteria that I saw that really satisfied a high quality setup. So I noticed a look above and fail at the resistance level of 370, which I thought of as a psychological number, which was also a previous support. There was a 2-week buying push higher, and it was overbought at the plus 81 of the RSI, and bearish divergence was happening all at the same time. So like I mentioned, you see there's the 2-week push higher, there's this look above this 370 level, and then there's the fail that's right the next day after the look above. So this is where I entered, and you can see you can see on my tasty trade over here, if we go to the activity tab, I type in Home Depot. I got filled on this trade at 3:44 on July 10. And I'm going to go over here. This is July. Nope, I didn't get on. No, wrong date. Wrong date. Home Depot. July. This is it. July 18. 2 p.m. July 18. And so here is July 18 and at 2 p.m. Now, if we go straight down to the minute by minute play over here, this is July 18, and I can go over to 2 p.m. something around this point right here. I really couldn't have timed this any better. Let's get this menu out of the way. Just give it a second. Sorry, I know this is not the most fun to wait around. You can just skip this part. Let's go to a different time. There we go. Sorry, computer being slow. At 2 p.m. So here we are at 2 p.m. Literally as the break was happening on this 370 level. That's where I entered the trade. So coming back over to the Discord. So my analysis was a broken wing butterfly. I sold the 370s. I sold 2 of the 370 calls. I bought 1 of the 365s. And I bought 1 of the 380s. So this created a broken wing butterfly, and it gave me a $167 credit. Of course, I monitored the trade with a stop loss of 334. And I did not set a take profit. I just set a note as to how much of a profit that I wanted to look for. And so today, which is the 24th, on this big move down, I closed the trade as a winner for a 65% profit, which was $110. 6 days in the trade, caught the top of the trade and never saw it turn red, which is the best part about trading, is when you find a profit that is always profitable from the beginning to the end. That's when you know you made an excellent trade. I reevaluated this on the 3rd day, even asked my lovely wife, should I stay in this trade or not? And we both agreed it was better to stay in than take the money and run. So I decided to stay in the trade, and it would have been in the trade, and that would have been a better call, even if their price were to go back up, because I thought there was going to be a resistance level at that 370 where it would have bounced and made a move lower. But that didn't happen. So the higher move never came, and I don't believe I could have made any improvements. And here's the picture showing that I entered the trade around this area. So that was my trade plan. And like I've said before in other videos, you plan the trade, you trade your plan, stick to that, and hopefully in the long run that will work out and be profitable for me. As for the rest of my positions, things are going all right. Still several positions out of the money, and 2 days until 21 DTE Friday, and going to move on to the next expiration cycle, trying to be as mechanical as possible. I hope you guys are doing well, staying green. This is Evan from Hef Trade. Have a great day.